What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Meathead Podcast. With me, as always, is my co-host, Willie Stalling. That's a joke. For those of you who know who Willie Stalling is, put it in the comments. You're showing your age or you're a true historian, but his real name is Big Mike Cox. And joining us all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada, Leo Mayrhofer, a.k.a. Austrian Powers. He is from the Overcome podcast. Put that banner up. And next to him is all the way from Canada, in Nova Scotia. Is that the right part?
Correct.
Okay. All the way from Canada, we have Kensin Jardine, who has the EPzeronine bodybuilding channel on YouTube. And today we're going to be talking about the guys who were the biggest surprises in a good way, pleasant surprises of this 2025 season. And I'm going to start with this guy because we're kind of going in order of prominence. And I'd say taking third place at the Mr. Olympia, that would put you there. So we're talking about Andrew Jacked. Now, Andrew, he had been improving. I didn't see massive improvements of him over the past few years from year to year. I know it's only been since 2022, but this year, when he came out at the Olympia, it was a different Andrew. It was a bigger version. I saw improvements in areas like his back and the overall condition. I wasn't expecting it. Nobody was really expecting it. And he jumped up from having taken fifth place at the Olympia twice to all the way in the top three. So who'd like to start talking about how Andrew Jack surprised you this year?
I can start. He surprised me a lot first because I was at the FIBO show, and I was surprised by how off he was. And then, obviously, that surprised me a ton, how much he improved then for the Olympia, because that show was really, I was like, whoa. I think with this kind of conditioning, you should not win, even if you are wide as a house and have a better structure. I thought Sasan deserved to win there. He got a little better for the finals at the FIBO show, and then he got away with it. And I can see the argument because standing next to Sasan and his structure is still amazing. And from the front, even though he's not that great in shape from the front, he always looks pretty decently in shape. But then, when it got to the Olympia, I think a lot of people thought well, we'll probably see an 85% Andrew at best. And then he really, really got into maybe even his best shape ever and really delivered. Some people even saw him winning. I think maybe with a little better posing, he might already have won. But I don't think it was that close. I think the scorecard said it was pretty close between Derek and Hottie. Yeah. So, what do you guys think he needs to still work on to get that title?
Kensin?
Yeah, so I like starting with Andrew as one of the biggest surprises of the year. And Leo, it is for, I think, the exact reason that you said. Everybody was waiting for this guy to show up. And this was the year that we finally see it happen. One of the biggest surprises, again, yes, being how off he was at the FIBO to how on he was here. And you just don't often see guys meet that potential. I mean, we talked about this just before we came on the air as well. Andrew is meeting that potential. Not only is he meeting that potential, but he's meeting it more than I think I would have expected when it comes to the conversation of Andrew just as a bodybuilder. I mean, he's been in the conversation. I'm not saying that this is the case. I'm not saying that he has these best poses, but he has been in the conversation for best front lat spread of all time, best abs and thigh of all time. I mean, to be in that conversation without ever winning any type of Mr. Olympia title is really something. And it's true. There are arguments for him in those poses. So I was definitely pleasantly surprised by Andrew. And for what it's going to take for him to win the Olympia, man, I would hate to say more size because he has such a beautiful physique now, but he has some gaps to fill in, like in the side chest, like you can see now. There's a little bit more meat that I think he needs to put on the tricep, especially a little bit more dug out when it comes to the side leg. But he has the potential to do it. And I do think that given his shape and the fact that he's now being rewarded with the size that he has put on, because he has put on some, just a bit more size when it comes to Andrew and conditioning from the back. I think that he does need to improve that as well.
Good, Mike.
it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when, right? When we were all, I think, waiting for this guy to deliver, and what he showed at the Olympia was something that I think shocked the entire world. When you have a guy that has that kind of size, I'm talking height-wise, right? That tall, that wide, and that pretty, it's hard to ignore. And when that kind of pretty physique is in shape, it's even better. I don't even think, maybe a little bit more size, but also too, even 5 pounds of pure tissue on that physique is going to look crazy. He doesn't have to, he's shown that with that show in Romania, he's got that combination. He's got everything he needs. I don't think he needs to get bigger, that much bigger, maybe tweak the pose a little bit. But again, we always, like I said, Ron, Joan Pradells always mentioned that 300-pound ripped bodybuilder from back in the day. And we have a couple of them, right? But I think Andrew, he's like a unicorn, bro. I think Samson will have a hard time with him. I think Derek will. Hottie will. Martin gets crazy shredded. But Andrew is a beast, man. Andrew's something we've been waiting for Andrew for a long time. We haven't seen a dominant guy in a long time since what? Phil retired or Phil left?
Yeah.
But the trajectory is like this. But we've always seen trajectory. Remember, like the barely legal freak round for back in the day?
Trey Brewer.
Potential is a word that's used quite a bit in the sport. So it's just a matter of achieving that potential, but he's on the way. He's on his way.
The worst nickname I ever came up with in all my years of journalism was the barely legal freak. That was me. I own it. It was awful. But as far as Andrew, I would not to say, when people used to say future Mr. Olympia, I just used to kind of roll my eyes. I'm like, I don't know about Mr. Olympia. Maybe he could get like top 5, and he did. He got top 5 pretty quickly, but now I can see it. I don't think he was robbed. I don't think Hottie was robbed. I had Derek on a couple of days ago, and he said, how could both guys be robbed? Because the Hottie fans thought Hottie should win. The Andrew, so they can't all be robbed. But
technically, they can both be robbed if you would put Derek in third.
I suppose. But who's supposed to win? You can't have everybody.
No. But if you put Derek in third, they've both been robbed.
Oh, okay. Well, see, we didn't think of that. That's why we have you here, Leo. It's like mathematics.
Not saying that I would. I think it's just very close. Today I trained at Kilo, and Jay was there, and we were also talking about it. And it's like, there's arguments for all of them. So, like, it wasn't a clear cut like Phil Heath or so, where it's like, okay, you came out and you were like, okay, over next year. It's more entertaining at least.
It hasn't been that way since Phil. I can't remember one Olympia where.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when Rami was winning, you could have made arguments for other guys in those years.
Yeah. I don't think anybody will get straight first at the Olympia anymore. Like the days of perfect scores, I think the guys are too good, and the judging isn't biased anymore. There's no more, I got a torn bicep and tricep, I win with a perfect score. So I think it's fair enough.
But I think if Derek would have brought the shape from the Arnolds, he would have gotten straight first.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know.
If Samson would have looked like last year, he would have also gotten straight first. That's what I think.
Yeah, possibly, but I don't think any bodybuilder in competing in this day and age will ever get straight first. Listen, if Samson's 320, 315 and shredded, lights out. But these guys are so good now. They're also close that, like I said, some of the best physiques in the sport are in classic physique. Like, it robbed us of great guys, but except that this is probably the best era because, like I said, the judging's fair and there's no dominant man anymore.
Yeah.
Entering, changing Jackal. And trivia, what's his real name? Who knows it off the top of their head?
Shinadu Obiakia.
See? Glad you guys all do. Yeah. I met another Chinedu at when I got my quad repaired. He was the assistant to my surgeon. And he was also from that same country, shockingly enough. So let's get into our next guy because we got a few different characters to go to. So just talked about classic physique. This was the biggest surprise in terms of I didn't expect him to make a successful transition at all to open bodybuilding. So I suck. I suck at predictions. Giles didn't either. We didn't have Urs in the top 5 at that. It wasn't Germany the first show. First show was France. Am I right?
Italy.
Italy. Yeah, I know one of those countries.
I had him winning, remember? But I also saw an update.
I was going to say, you're the only one, but, for those who don't know, Leo we were his first coach or one of his first coaches?
Probably his second coach or third. I think his second coach. So, I coached him for a natural German that he won. And then the next year, through his pro qualifiers and the pro card and the first pro show in Frankfurt that year. And then he went to Stefan.
Yeah. Was he working with Stefan? Because I think it was Tampa that he won. Was that his first?
Yeah. That was probably his first show with Stefan.
Yeah. So you saw updates, but say like a year ago, did you expect this, Leo? Did you know he would be this good as an open guy?
No. I could have I would have seen that if he told me he's going to do that he could do well, but I didn't even think he was going to do it. And I think he didn't either. But he just didn't lose weight, and then he was like, "Dude, I can't just, cut my extremities off here." So,
yeah. I mean, I honestly didn't believe it when I kept hearing he gets up to 270. I'm like, no, that's bullshit. He doesn't get up to 270 in the off season, but he was apparently.
Yeah.
In fact, he probably could have looked like this a couple of years ago. Am I right?
Yeah, not a couple of years ago, but yeah.
Yeah. Kensin, what were your predictions for him? Did you have him winning that show in Italy, or were you like me and thinking, he's going to get smoked?
Oh, I was worse than you, Ron. I was worse than you. I did not expect this from Urs Kalecinski. I thought that he was going to be somewhere on the lower part of the second call out. I did a video at 24 Hours Out where it actually showed him in a sleeveless shirt.
Yep.
And his arms did look small, you see, but that was unfortunately the illusion of bodybuilding that got the best of me, because everybody knows when it comes to a t-shirt and a short sleeve, your arms always look smaller. Urs, although he does still need more size, incredibly improved and deserving of his 2 wins. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I never would have predicted this at the start of the season, ever. He was the most shapely with incredible improvements, like I said, from a size standpoint. And he's just better suited, I think, for open bodybuilding. I mean, the aesthetics are really being rewarded right now because you're seeing a lot of aesthetic freaks up on stage. And Urs is going to fit into that category, I think, within the next 2 seasons. I don't know how much he can put on in 1 season, if it will be enough for him to get to the level that people say that he will get to. Top 10 within the next year, definitely possible. But within the next 2 years, I think that if he continues to put on the size, because he's a young guy and I still think he has a lot he can fill out that frame with, maybe he could make it into that top 6. It's a possibility. He has the shape. We'll just see if he can put on the size and have the proportions that go with it.
Mike, what did you think was going to happen with Urs moving to open this year?
I thought Urs was about to get ass kicking. That's what I thought. I didn't think, listen, it's hard to go from classic to open. And we're, like you said, 270. I'm like, there's no way in hell this dude is 270. Yeah. And if he is 270, he's not going to look good on stage. But, dude, he was the biggest surprise. And, I'm drinking the Urs Kool-Aid, bro. Everything, he's bodybuilding. That's kind of what bodybuilding is about. He's classic. He's a classical bodybuilder, right? Small waist, flaring quads, good shape, good-looking kid. Was he 27, 28 years old? Kind of, he's still in that young. He's got that fresh body, man. Those fresh joints, those fresh receptors, and he's a good kid. He's personable. He is what the sport needs, I think. Like Kensin said, in a year or two, not next year, but 2 years, I think this kid's fighting for top 5 because think about it. Samson's getting older. Andrews, he's old, but he's not physically old. How long Derek wants to stay pushing his body, we don't know. He's getting older. We're going to see a change in the guard eventually. Brandon's getting older. Bonek's 40. Urs is young, man. Urs is young and he's fresh and he can pose. Like this, for me, as an old school dude, seeing a guy that can pose in the open is so nice to see because it's a freaking snooze fest now, Ron. But Urs is just he's it. He has it, right? If we had magazines, Joe Weider would have loved Urs, right? He would have been on every cover, every dynamic muscle builder label. He's what bodybuilding needs, right? We got Bumstead, who was super popular, but he's bringing that classic popularity to open, which can only help the open guys.
Well, he's got the personality too. He's got the personality that people go to, like they did with Bumstead, right?
Yep.
It's really working for him, If he had been around, like you said, even back in the magazine days, even go further, if he would have been around back in Arnold days, man, like he would have had that personality that people really clung to, It's really, really nice to have in this open division as well.
I want to say one thing. I like him better as an open. I think he's filled in the physique gaps. Like as a classic guy, even as well as he did, and he was I think he was third twice at the Olympia, and he was obviously one of the very top guys. But to me, his arms, his triceps were very subpar. His back was very subpar as a classic guy, and those two areas still need work, but they're much better now. With the other, he's like 40 pounds heavier now, something like that.
How do you cut all that weight? How do you lose all that weight to make classic? I couldn't fathom how much muscle he lost sucking down to make weight, man. You had to be miserable doing that.
Yeah.
Well, he was. That's why he switched.
Smart move.
Friend twins. Yeah. So congratulations, Urs. I'm curious to see what he can do with another full off season. The Arnold list isn't out. Does Leo, do you have any insight? Is he thinking about the Arnold, planning on it?
No, he's not. No.
Okay, so it's grow time. There is Rule.
Is that Mark's Rule?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Rule.
They're buddies. Nice. Yeah. I wonder, Leo, I always defer to you when it comes to talking about Urs, but do you think Marcus had a hand in convincing him to switch from classic to open?
A little bit, yeah. He's been saying that for 2 years, I think. Okay. He's like, you got to go to open. You got to go to open. And, and this year it was that way. And they talk, and they definitely talked about it. And maybe that swayed him at the end too. But, yeah, I kind of knew, like, that he always knew already what he's going to say. So, but it definitely, helped a bit, I guess. You want someone. If you have someone like Marcus Rule believing in you, if Marcus Rule would have said, like, let's say he would have said the opposite, that might have swayed him not to do it. Rule's like, nah, you don't have it. Like, don't do it. I love you, buddy, but it's not going to happen. Maybe he would have been like, but yeah.
So I know it's not about weight, but I believe he was 260, right around 260. What do you think he needs to weigh to? Obviously, at the smaller shows, he can win those. We saw him.
I think he needs to weigh the same.
Really?
Yeah, he just has to get more sharper.
So you don't think he needs more back, more arm, more? Well,
oh yeah, sure. But if he's sharper and he weighs the same, he has more muscles. Look, his back is, dude. If you look how dry he was and how shredded he was on the classic stage, that's what he ultimately wants to bring to the open. But right now, he knew that if he's trying to bring that, he's going to look too skinny. So he wants to put on that size and then be able to get classic shredded in the open. Because his back almost looked weaker because that's where he held his fat more. So he had very little separation in his back.
That's insane because the glutes were so shredded.
Yeah.
And then how do you? I always assumed the glutes were the very last place for body fat to leave the human body for everybody, but I guess that's not the case with everybody.
No, it's not the case.
Huh.
Oh, God damn you guys!
All right, let's move on to someone who was such a surprise to me because I didn't even remember this guy from last year when he did the Cal Pro in 2024. I don't remember Joe Palacios at all, but then shows up in Tampa, and my goodness, this guy's.
Well, I obviously did because I know him for 5 years.
Oh, okay.
And I encouraged him for his first contest to do it, and then I watched almost every of his contests in person.
Nice.
And I knew he would come like really dry this time around because I know he does everything he's asked for. So if he doesn't come as dry, it's because Justin gave him too much food. Like he's gonna do whatever he's been told. Like he's very professional. So I knew that he would like get like it's gonna be very dangerous. So that's why I invited him also on my podcast.
Oh yeah.
And I published it on the day of the show, and it was recorded three weeks before, because I just knew he would kill it. And he was, I think, third or what in that first show.
Yeah,
and
third and then second in Texas. I mean, he beat Quentin in Texas. Which
I think he should have won, but like Hutchinson has a little better shape, like a silhouette. But I think his muscle, like this is just me, but I like muscle quality. And he just has this crazy quality, this like clean quality. There's no sight enhanced anything. It's all just pure muscle. You know, he has like every separation in the book. I love that. And it's thick. Yeah. If he had a small waist, he would be like unbeatable.
I mean, not only was he an unknown to me, but then I look at the pictures he's putting up on his Instagram, and 5 years ago he looked nothing like this,
dude.
Yeah, he was natural.
Wow. So kaboom.
Jesus.
Talk about blowing up.
Yeah, when he was natural, no one was believing him. But when you look back, you were like, yeah, he was.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way you can. Even then, people don't buy it. But I'm like,
but you will never get that big when you look like crap naturally. Like,
holy shit!
Oh, look at that.
This is way before.
Holy shit, man!
This is not 2020. This is way before.
Jeez, anyway, super impressive. And he just started. I was thinking maybe he'll put in for the Arnold, but then I just see him posting that he's starting his off season. So let's get a long health phase.
Dude, he's on Fluid Podcast a lot. He's a good dude. Like he's a solid guy. Like great personality, funny as shit. He's a family man. He just got married to his girlfriend. Like you root for the guy. Like I'm actually really rooting for this kid, right? Actually hearing him talk and hear his personality come out. He loves bodybuilding. He's like us. He's a meathead, right? But he's trained hard. And he said he follows it Justin's shit to a T, man. And in Tampa, remember in Tampa, I texted you. I didn't know who he was. Yeah. I saw him from the outside. They started moving him, and by the end of the prejudgment, bro, it was like, who is this dude? Like he was very impressive. And that back, Jesus Christ! Like I'm a big fan of this kid now, really big fan.
Yeah, I mean, if we were talking about most improved, he'd definitely have to be in that conversation too.
Yeah,
like I said, I don't
shoulder width, man.
That's it.
No, that width of the shoulders. Like, yes, if he had a smaller waist, he would definitely, I think, even have done a lot better this season. But the width that he has put on in those shoulders really does make up for it to a pretty significant degree, and that's part of what has gotten him to the placings that he did get this year. It's a guy that should not really be in this day and age of bodybuilding. This is a physique that really shouldn't be as praised as it is, but he just has such a freak factor, and he has such quality, like you said, Leo, and he gets so shredded. The detail, you don't see guys like this anymore, and he's a standout in a good way, and I really think that he's going to continue to do well. I'd be interested to see what his plans are for next year, or what his offseason is going to look like. Like this, and like you said, you're right as well, Mike. Knowing his personality, these are the things that I kind of want to know, right? Like, what's his plan going to be for next year? It's a guy you want to follow.
Jesus, yeah, look how big he fucking is in this picture, dude.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable, man. Fuck, man, he's huge.
Gave me an idea for my next guest. I'm going to try to get a hold of.
Bro, that's nasty.
That's the guy.
It's that all see like contest. He was crazy at the show, but these all season pictures are just blows my freaking mind.
290. Come on, settle down, scale. 294.
That's not a sloppy 294.
No. He's probably that was 3 weeks ago. He's probably 300.
that day I saw him. Yeah. That
Was that
was
in Vegas?
like
Yeah, torture gym.
around the Olympia, actually. Yeah,
Is
he
that-
had
How
put
tall is
on
he?
like 50 pounds in like 40 pounds in like no time, and it wasn't that sloppy. I was like, Jesus. Yeah.
You
Jesus,
just can't help but be impressed. You just
But-
can't help but be impressed.
Yeah.
So this is I think this is maybe still he said he was natural here. So look at that. Look at the natural foundation that he has.
that's called genetics, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you're naturally look like that naturally, that you're just a little sprinkle of some like a little special sauce, you're gonna blow the fuck up, right?
Yeah.
Like listen, we talk about it all the time. This is the sport for the genetic elite. The top of the sport is just, it's like any sport, right? Football, basketball, baseball, like this the genetic elite, and it like when you see a guy like that, man, I'm a shape guy to begin with, but I love a good freak, right? I love to look a good nasty freak show. And dude, he's a freak show, man. Hope he does Tampa again. This is out of my own selfishness.
If I didn't know this guy, I would think this was a fake an AI picture or something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't believe that was real.
Yeah.
God damn. And his lats insert right into his waist, like right into the really long lats and thick at the fucking bottom too, man.
And all his discount codes have Fat Joe in them.
He's got a good personality, Ron. He's got a really good personality to him. Like he's funny. Like he's like us as a 27-year-old Meathead, essentially.
Yeah, it's hard to believe how young these guys are. Okay,
No.
so now the guy that was another big surprise this year, Jordan Hutchinson. I knew who he was, but I wasn't expecting him to win any shows this year. But lo and behold, back-to-back wins in Tampa and Texas. Couldn't believe how good he looked, because he was another one last year. I thought he was pretty good, but I wasn't overly impressed. But this year, I was like, this guy really brought it.
Yeah, I remember last year he was so underrated, they almost made up for it. I remember it was some Canadian show where he was in the second call out and then he got fifth because they were like, oh, dang it. We totally like missed out on him. Like, how did we not see him? And then they probably felt bad and like could kind of like get him up into fifth without looking like weird, like without saying like, oh shit, we messed up in the prejudging. So like fifth was kind of the best they could still give him. I think he was fifth, and then I think he was even second last year in Texas behind Andrew Jack the year before, right?
Yeah, is that right?
No, he wasn't that much of a surprise, baby. Then if you got second behind Andrew Jack, you actually won a show.
That's true. I mean, I feel bad for anybody that took second Andrew Jack at any of these shows, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like, damn it, Andrew's in the show? God.
Yeah, it's like when the guy with 80% wins the shows, you're like, what can I do? 110?
And I agree with you about that, Leo. I don't want to say I was disappointed, but I think he strategically knew, Andrew, that's all I need to do. Why am I going to kill myself and get super shredded when the shows that count are later on in the season? I just need to get my Olympia qualification taken care of now.
At the end of the day, it's super smart. Maybe he got through that like super healthy, and the only thing he did really was dieting. Like he took his off-season approach, like, okay, let's diet down, take the GH out, and jump on stage and get the qualification. Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I want to speculate on his cycle or PED use, but I bet he was on minimal amounts back in FIBO. I bet he was still in semi-health phase. If that makes sense.
Genetics. Goddamn genetics, bro.
Back to Jordan, man. Jordan, super impressed with him. I didn't see him coming. You guys probably had a little more inkling than I did. But props to him. And there he is with Andrew. What do you know?
Dude, he surprised me in the fact when we saw the list for Tampa, I didn't think he'd beat Quentin, right? Because Quentin to me is like having that beautiful shape. It was just a condition. But bro, he was rock hard, right? He's hard to miss because he's big, his shape's good, and he gets in great condition, right? And Jordan, he's a hard worker. That dude busts his ass. Like, he's a machine. Trains hard, eats like 24/7. Again, these guys were mentioned, bro. They're young guys, and that we always have that kind of, the flip, the change in the guard. So it's just you listen. You win 2 pro shows, man. You're legit. Like that ain't easy to do, right? And then in bodybuilding. So, and he 12th at the Olympia, I think, which
Yeah,
That's a damn good play. And that Olympia, that was one of the best Olympias. And he was thinking of the second call out too. So Jordan, again, this guy's trajectory is going up too, man. It's just, again, picking the right shows. Listen, you live in Texas, go back and defend your title. No travel involved. You know what I mean? Like, you're right there. But these guys right now, Ron, I think they're all in a good spot. They're all young, hungry, and they got the sky's the limit, you know. So I was very impressed, especially in Tampa. I texted you guys when I saw him in Tampa. You know, at the end of pre-gen, I'm like, yeah, Quentin lost this one. Jordan won.
I don't know if anyone's noticed the trend. Both me and Mike have stopped complaining about bodybuilding today isn't that great. We stopped complaining a while ago. It's in a really great spot right now.
Very good.
Just the guy beyond the guys we're talking about on this episode. We've got a hell of a group of guys out there now in the pro league, and it's every bit as good as. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble. Is it every good as bit as the 90s? The 90s had this crazy deep talent pool. But we have a pretty damn good talent pool out there right now too.
It's like 90s here is really close, but we're old and not.
I mean, the 90s were just a more aesthetic era, and I think I don't know, maybe there's maybe too many drugs and too many crazy things. There's too much opportunity to ruin your physique, which the guys back then didn't even know about. So they can't really claim they've been that smart because they kind of didn't know how to F it up. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
It would be so interesting, but we can't know if the same guys from the 90s would live now. Would they ruin their physiques? Would they, what would they look like? Would they be just as great? Was it just an era with really crazier talent pool? Or would these guys nowadays all look better if they had done just the same and were just a little more conservative on some stuff? I don't know.
Well, NASA did a pretty good job of ruining his shit, though. The leaky delts or something. But listen, man,
Dave Palumbo did too, right? So
a lot of it's a nostalgia thing too, right? Because we were there, right? So for me, compared to these guys, when I see Derek, compared to seeing Flex Wheeler at the 98 Arnold, right? Or LeBron, I have those guys in my head. So it's hard for me to say, you know what, Kevin wouldn't have beat these guys. Kevin wouldn't have beat Derek. Like, I can't say that because, listen, maybe in 10 years we'll look back on this era and be like, oh, these guys were as good as the 90s, right? The 80s guys were good too. Not as good, but maybe we'll look back. But it's just a lot of it's nostalgia too. I think there's some nostalgia involved as well, right? But like Ron said, these guys are awesome. Don't get me wrong. Pictures don't do any of these guys justice. None of these.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say when you think about it. I was just trying to picture Derek Lunsford from the Arnolds against Kevin Levroni's best. I think Kevin Levrone from the back will look really, really bad.
Yeah,
really, really bad. But so
from the front, flip
from the front, maybe different, but I don't know if he's that dominant from the front that he can. He's going to win the most muscular. Maybe the front lat or so. Maybe the front double. I don't even know.
Hard to say.
I think it would be tough for Levrone to beat Derek Lunsford at his best.
Oof.
It's funny when it comes to Jordan, though, with all that being said, Jordan actually is somebody that I think would have fit in decently to the 90s lineups. He's got that type of physique, I think. And the best part about Jordan is that he's right on the edge, even compared to all these other guys that were some of the biggest surprises of the year. I think Jordan is the closest one to being just about right there for really breaking into that next, that next evolution of his physique. He's a little bit more size, but we know that he has the shape. We know that he has the conditioning. We know that he has the posing. There's very little that he has to do as compared to, I think, anybody else that finished within that, 10th to 15th spot at the Olympia, essentially. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to do next. And like you guys said, this guy works his ass off, man. He is going to make improvements. There is no other option for him. That's the mentality that he has. That's what got him 2 victories this year. And that's what's going to make him continue to move up in the IFBB.
Look at that kitchen lighting. Kitchen lighting is the best. All right.
Always.
All right, let's move on to another guy that I had no idea who he was. Joan, that's how you pronounce it. I've confirmed this with several Spaniards. Joan Pradells from Spain. This is supposing, yeah. So he did like 5 shows in a row, and then he goes and skips the one that's in Spain that I don't know why he didn't do that one. Some say he had a bad experience last year doing it, like didn't place very highly and sort of spooked him or something. But this kid, I don't know. Had any of you guys heard of him before this year?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
He trained with Milos. That's how I saw him when I saw him.
Okay.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
he stood next to it was 2023 Empro Classic. He turned pro in 2023, and he stood next to Michael Krizo when Krizo took the win that year.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm assuming he wasn't quite at this level 2 years ago.
Oh God, no. He exploded in 2025.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Another young guy. He's like 27 or 28 too.
Baby.
You look at the face, and he's one of the few guys who's 27, 28 who still looks like he's that age. You can't say, he looks like he's 50. He's bald. No, beautiful head of hair, baby face. Whatever he's doing, it's not aging him facially like it does some people. So good on you, Johan. Good job. And here's a shot of him next to our boy Andrew Jacked. And did I lose it already? He was not getting blown off the stage. I mean, obviously, Andrew, it's not like he was going to beat Andrew, but he's right there with him. He's not in the same league, but it's not like he was embarrassed up there next to this guy who's third in the world.
He was compared to Andrew Jack, though. Like that's a damn good. Here I am looking me next to Andrew Jack, right? So it's just with him. I think for me, it's just the polish and continue to get better. Right. All these guys just need is time, right? Which as fans, we don't want to give them, but it's just time, like reps, time in the gym, time under some heavy barbells, time under some heavy dumbbells, and just continue to grow. Right. And how's the stage presence a little bit? Obviously I'm sure you're up there, you're rushing a little bit, you're nervous, but I'm not as deep as these guys are in the game, but like I hadn't heard from him. But when I saw him next to Andrew, I was one of those, holy hell, who's this dude? But everything's there. Just bring the back up. Quads are crazy. That front double bicep is beautiful, man. And like he's a young kid. I saw him on with DJ and Premier. He's so energetic. Like he's got a youthful exuberance to him. Well, he should. He's a kid. But it's so new to him. So he seems so fresh, man. That fresh look to where the body's not all torn and tattered up and all injected out. So just stay on the path and don't rush. Just don't rush and take your time, man.
Yeah. I've heard him compared to like Cutler. Do you see that resemblance physique wise?
I don't.
Not yet.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Poor kid. That's a tall order to be compared to Jay Cutler. I see the back as something that needs a lot of work because he turns around and to me he loses like 30% of his impressiveness when he turns around. It's from the front and the side. He's pretty damn great.
But it does take some time for like when we were younger to feel that back, to get that mind and muscle connection to your back. Some guys have it right away, but some guys it may take longer. You know what I mean? So, but dude, he's like 25, competing with the best of the world, traveling the world, competing with the best of the world, man. Like he's got to be just like loving life and living the dream. Like that's what we all probably dreamed of, and he's doing it. God bless him, man.
Yeah. I wonder if he's kicking himself for not doing that Spain show, the Alicante show. Probably.
He made his mark this year. I think that he can walk away, having a successful season despite that. Should he have done it? Probably. But he has made massive improvements and has he has quad sweep like no one. He has roundness of the quads like very, very few guys that step on pro stages these days. It's crazy. Like you said, Ron, improved from the back. Conditioning, it could be a little bit sharper as well. Although the detail in the quads was definitely there. Maybe just a little bit more. Actually, when you show a picture like this, even the hardness and the graininess through the chest, shoulders, right?
Yeah.
So it's another guy that's very, very close to really breaking into that, that next evolution of his physique. And he's already done that this year. So 2026, especially like you said, being in his late 20s, who knows where this guy's going to go?
Damn.
He should move to Germany and train with Urs. Same age, same weaknesses.
You got a good point. Who won?
Well, hamstrings, he has more of a hamstring weakness, but Urs also really wants to work on his hamstrings to make him like really in your face. So they'd be perfect training partners.
Well, I don't know if he speaks. I think he speaks a little bit of English. I think I heard an interview where he spoke a wee bit of English.
He does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I don't know if Urs speaks Spanish. Do you know that, Leo?
No, Urs does not speak Spanish.
You never know. I mean, Dennis James speaks like 7 languages. I think there are people out there like that. Nasser used
7? I don't think so.
Really?
Really?
It's a few.
I know he speaks German because he was born here. Here I was saying here in being in Las Vegas, I think he was born in Germany.
No, you're right, but I think he speaks Thai because he lived over there for.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And his wife is from Thailand. So I don't know what other languages. Who won Spain? Help an old guy out because I can't remember.
Huh?
Who won the show in Spain a couple weeks ago? The Alicante.
Koffel.
Who was it? Koffel.
Last weekend.
Koffel, yeah, that's right. It just happened.
Great. Actually, that's one of the surprises of the year. I would say. I love that guy's physique. I was kind of like thinking of Gunter Schlierkamp when I saw the guy.
Would Joan have beaten him?
I'm going to say no.
His shape, I would say, but probably because of the previous shows, if he would have not declined, he probably would have won.
Okay,
he did 4 in a row, right? 3 in a row, or 4 in a row?
Yeah, so something like that. But I think you can really tell. Unfortunately, sometimes it's like when people beat others a few times in a row, it's almost automatical when they go for first place that it stays the same. It's very rare that they change it up. Yeah. But this guy looked insane. It's just so sad that the lighting was so bad at that show that they all look like totally off. But it's obviously they weren't.
Worst lit show of the year.
Mike Neville.
No, which would you? That wasn't the worst. I'd say the worst lit show was either that the British Grand Prix or the Japan Pro.
Japan.
Yeah.
He wasn't that sharp in the legs, though, I have to say. But his back looked amazing. Like, he has a really good back.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, look, boom.
I think he killed people in the back shots.
Totally.
It wasn't even
That's
close.
insanity, dude.
The front double looks great, too. But look at his face. Zoom in his face.
His face?
Dude, just look at his face.
Jesus.
Looks like he's fat, right?
And
like shredded.
Like Kai Green had those cheeks too. Remember, Kai's face would never get like skeletal.
Leonel Bayeki, I mean, he mostly didn't get in shape.
Well,
but even when he was somewhat in shape, Bayeki had always looked like big cheeks. Crazy.
So I heard the stats on Damien are he's 6'1", he was 296 here.
Whoa. Damn.
So he's a big boy. I mean, Gunter was around roughly those same dimensions, I think.
Yeah, he was. He was like, yeah.
So now I see where all these compare. Look at the light back there is like purple. It's he didn't surprise me. Okay, so Damien Kuffel, definitely. Kufel, it's probably Kufel. I don't know. One of the proper Polish.
Where's he from?
Poland. Yeah, Poland. Yeah. No one here speaks Polish, right? Probably.
Dude, it's funny that you have all these guys just like coming out of the woodwork now. Like there's a lot of just new, fresh talent that's just popping up all over the world.
He was classic too. 2 years ago, he was a classic Olympian.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Holy Sarah still.
Jesus Christ. That was one of the years there was like 65 guys in classic, so no wonder I don't remember him.
How old is he? Do you know how old he is?
I don't want to guess too low.
I asked Grok. But Grok on bodybuilding is oftentimes totally wrong.
Who's Grok?
Grok, the AI from Twitter, dude.
What? Is that a real thing?
Ron,
it says 31.
Okay, I know Siri is on the phone, on the iPhone.
It says 31, born May 1st, 1949 in Sopot, Poland.
1949?
49.
94.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
49
Okay.
is my dad's age.
Okay.
Oh, geez. So he's my
94.
daughter's age. My daughter's-
94.
Wow.
31.
So here's everyone's chance to say, he looks like he's 80 years old.
Look at that. Oh, nice shot.
He's a big dude. I
He
mean,
has great quality,
So
just
is
like
he?
Palacios, like this quality muscle. Love it.
so what else does Damien need? He's already got almost 300 damn pounds. What else?
I want to see him next to like some higher quality guys. You know what I mean? Like you maybe do a New York show or a Pittsburgh show to see how he stands up next to like the top tier guys, because he's gonna get noticed. When you're that big, you can't help but not find that guy in a lot. And if he's in that kind of condition, he's gonna get noticed too. So you want to maybe see him next to Crizzo, see how he stands next to like a bigger guy like Crizzo. But I don't know, man. Like looking at this physique right there, like he may be able to go walk into New York or Pittsburgh and do very well.
What's that? Did Leo say Urs could beat Bonac? Oh, what the hell you got?
Yes, I saw. I said that.
Okay, apparently he's making fun of you for saying that. I guess I'm not really sure.
I mean, it depends on how like shredded Bonac is. But
Oh, yeah,
like if you look at like front lat spread, front double, are you seriously giving that to Bonac?
Yeah.
Anyone? Come on.
I think for what hurts Bonac is the muscle tears.
So
Like the tears are starting to become a little more apparent, like the imbalances, the lats not coming out right. Now listen, Bonac at his peak was nasty, right? I think Urs at 100, it's just it's hard. I think he can. I do. Yeah, I'm going with that, Ron. I think if Urs is 100%, he could be Bonac just because of it's not that Bonac, bro. It's not the Bonac that we know and love.
I mean, the Bonac that won 2 Arnold Classics, took second in Olympia, that ship has sailed. He still looks really good.
He looks great. With that too is these older guys have that old man muscle, right? That look to him. Like Florida's got that grainy old man muscle look to him. So it's going to take these younger guys to maybe catch up to that. But when you have youth on your side, Ron, and especially in bodybuilding, it's a very good weapon to have, right?
Yeah.
Look at older guys. It's hard, right? It's hard as you age, and these young guys that can train harder, they can train longer, they recover faster. So you got to hang on, right? The old man's got to hang on.
I forgot Urs is half Polish. His dad's Polish, I believe.
Yeah.
Kalecinski. So it's definitely not a German name as far as I'm concerned.
Nope.
Let's keep on going. Because we got more surprise people. So this guy, I never heard of him in my life. Where is he? Sergey Danilov from good old Mother Russia.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest surprise, right?
Who is this guy? Where did he come from?
Where are they growing these kids, man?
But this guy is so young. Like he should really watch out now with his belly, because I think whatever he does, if he keeps going for another year or two, he's gonna be have so much Palumboism that it's gonna be over.
Alexander Fedorov, no pec tear.
That should be your next name on the podcast.
And look at his side chest, look just like his. Big dropping hams, chest not that great, big rib cage.
Yeah, I mean,
I actually I covered this guy back when he did a Russian Grand Prix back in 2023, and it was his pro debut. And it was at that time when I definitely saw what this guy could do. He needed more size, but he's putting on that size now. It was definitely a surprise that he came in and won. And I do think that he is very good, but I don't know. There's definitely a lot of names out there that if they would have jumped in, probably would have beat him. But he was a very big surprise in the sense that he came in and won the show. Leo, I think you're right about the waistline. And if he continues on the path of where I think he's probably going to go, which is probably to put on more size because the guy's a freak as it is. Yeah, you're right. And if he does do that, then it will be game over. But him winning a show was a huge, huge surprise. Nobody knew who this guy was. And now, he's put himself on the map a bit.
Yep.
How old is he?
25 or so, 26.
He's young, man.
I think that bandage on his stomach is over a hernia.
Already, yeah.
Yeah, you see it? It's got like a big
Yeah.
rock tape thing over his
And
hernia.
when you get this,
He looks
big,
like he
this
pushes
fast-
a lot. He looks like he pushes a lot of gear, you know?
Yeah, and that's always my point. It's just when you
Yeah.
get this big, this fast, where else is there to go, right? You gotta. This sport should be about a marathon, like not a sprint, right? And 25, this huge, and I don't speculate what these guys take nowadays, but I'm sure it's just not like a little bit of sauce and deca, right? So you got to keep pushing and pushing, bro. So you just hope everybody's safe, right? You just, that's your best hope. Because when you're 25, Ron, remember, I didn't give a shit.
If I don't mistake him for another guy, on another podcast, it was said that he and Larry Wheels also did like somewhat of an interview, or during their whatever they filmed, during their training. He like I heard that he had said that he's taking like 20 units of growth hormone, and I think like 3 grams of gear in the off season, which is kind of like test primo masteron or something like that, in like grams, something like that.
Oh, I heard. I thought you were going to bring up the fact that he said he did one podcast. I couldn't tell you which one it was. He said he did, as an experiment, 100 units of growth a day.
That was on Milos.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Milos
right.
and DJ
That too.
said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the F needs 100 IUs of growth a day? Who?
How do you look that up? 20, 46, 8. Oh, my
Clearly, he's
God.
not paying. Clearly, somebody else is footing the bill for all this, but
Yeah.
still, that's a lot.
But think about it. If he already has that mentality at 25, like he needs like some father figure in the sport real fast that is going to like bring him down, because whoever is coaching him now and letting this happen, I mean, yeah, cool, short success, but you know, if your heart is like 5 times the size and then explodes from inside out, I don't know if that's so cool anymore.
No, not a good look at all.
And it's bad. It's always also bad for this whole sport, obviously.
And too, right? We have a 24-hour news cycle now, so all the deaths we see too we see a lot, but it's all we're on our phones 24 hours a day, so we see that, and there's more athletes competing too.
Yeah.
So more athletes, more risks. There's unfortunately, like, you know, more tragedies. But
and the thing is, most of the people, they don't die, let's say, because of they die because they mismanage and they use stuff in a stupid way from some bro coaches.
Yeah.
You know, and then they get a heart attack because they've been like on aldactone for 2 weeks and didn't drink anything, and then they start eating the wrong foods and get themselves a heart attack because they don't know that, you know, or whatever, like diuretic they take, that it's, let's say, potassium sparing or so, and then they don't realize, well, then I have to eat certain foods I should not eat too much, and then they like load up on bananas, and they have like potassium like crazy, 0 sodium, and then heart attack, and then it's like, you steroids. It's like, no, stupid idiots.
Remember Momo passed away. That's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
No water, tons of diuretics, just eating pureed apples and show up the show. But listen, these guys have access to legends of our sport at their fingertips, right? You can reach out to Milos, you can reach out to Cormier, all these guys, like, you have access to them. Just solicit their opinion. You know what it'd be like if I could have texted Sean Ray in 1996 and asked him a question about bodybuilding? Like, these guys, listen, the digital age is so you're there. Like, there's no excuse to like be taking.
Well, Sean Ray would have said, "I'm not going to tell you my secret."
That is very true.
The one Sean Ray story that really still sours me was Kevin Levrone backstage asking Sean for a piece of his orange, and Sean's like, "Nope, you can't have any of my orange because then you might beat me."
Oh my God, yeah.
Give him a piece of your orange.
Not surprised.
So
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Before the haters jump in the comments, everything we're saying about Sergey, it's out of. I want to see this guy around for a while because I just found out who he is. So I don't want him burning out fast like I've seen a lot of young guys who were a little reckless, a little crazy with the PED side. I don't want to see that happen. I definitely don't want any health problems or anything. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know who's managing, coaching. I have no idea. I mean,
he definitely gets his GH for free.
Yeah.
From his Oxy Pharma here.
Okay. No, somebody said he's got a great sponsor over there, which I think the Russian guys tend to have really good sponsors.
Yeah, this Russian pre-mixed GH Oxy. I think they call it oxytropin. They always call it blah blah tropin, whatever. If I have a brand like Overcome, I'm going to come out with Overcome Tropin.
So what do you mean? What do you mean pre-mixed? How's it different from like
it's I don't know how they preserve it. It's already in liquid, so you don't have to put bacteriostatic water in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Interesting. All right. Let's finish off with one guy who was, I'd say Quinton Area. The thing that amazed me was how good he was able to do without a coach. Because my goodness, how can you do any shows without a coach? It's impossible. This is guest coaching here. That's why
I've never done a show with a coach.
You are a coach. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, were you guys surprised that he looked as good as he did? He did, I think it was 5 shows in a row, right?
Yeah.
And the worst he placed was 3rd. He took 2nd at all the other 4. Yeah,
I was surprised that at the end, I was surprised that he really didn't win any. I was like, oh my God, the poor guy. But yeah, he did, everyone saw his potential. I mentioned it before, but everyone saw his potential. But last year or last season he did. I don't know if it was last year. It was kind of a disappointment, So he got like 6th and 7th or something like that, and people were like, and kind of like with the boogeyman, right? We saw him good, really good, and then we thought he could actually get to somewhere, and with him it was like, well, now without a coach, and is he even, gonna look anything like? No one knew kind of, well, can he fulfill his potential? Is he like declined even? And then he was like, did really, really well, man. He has like some great posing also very great, super nice taper. I think he could have won like one of those shows actually. Could have made an argument for him, but
What about we just had Sergey on? I mean, I know Sergey was a little better peaked and this and that, but I like Quinton's physique far better than his, just in terms of shape and aesthetics. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't win that.
Of course.
Yeah. So Sergey like looks to me from the back, for example, to have twice the leg size than Quinton from the back, and then he's a little sharper, and that's when's in the show he's like very, very big, but obviously Quinton is like way more aesthetic and has a way better silhouette, and like by far, right? So there's some shots, I guess like ab and thigh or so, where the Sergey will never see any land, but other shots where you can out condition, but I also thought his back wasn't as bad as everyone said. Everyone's like, his back's not good. Like, it's not that bad. What are you talking about? I don't know.
But I mean, if it was better, I think he would have won at least one of those shows.
Yeah. I think it was also some poses, and his chest looked so like not ready, like no striation. And in some poses he posed uneven, like the front lat spread, he had like always one arm higher than the other. But yeah, he looked, he's a little more conditioning, I agree. But then he would have been right there.
So what does he still need? I mean, I think he just needs a little bit more size. I think the back needs to be thicker, a little bit more condition, but look how close he came at all these shows. I was frustrated on his behalf at all those it was 4 second places and a 3rd place.
Yeah.
And no point system, so you still don't go to the Olympia.
But he served notice. Like I think if you listen to the predictions before these shows, nobody had him like top 2 because it was always, his condition's not great. But like I said, when he walked out on Tampa, as soon as he walked out, I texted you. he's gonna win the show. Now he didn't hold his peak. And Jordan looked better, but there's nothing missing. His back, obviously, but it's just all there. Like the tools are all there. It's just, I think our expectations for these guys are like they got to peak now and look 100% now. But we're dealing with the human body, and he's learning. He's coaching himself. He's learning his body. I'm sure he's got help, but the kid is right there, man. It's just time. Like that shot right there is just a nasty shot. Like we're in an aesthetic part of the sport, so aesthetics sometimes be out crazy condition, but this kid is destined for greatness, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
legs and back should be the priority, and then if
just
he
keep
gets
growing,
conditioned, he wins the show next year.
Row, and row some more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's no question.
That's the surprising thing is he still has never won a pro show.
He will.
Hard. Sean Ray only won 2.
Yeah.
So
No,
let's
look,
hope 26 he wins at least one pro show. Come on,
he will.
You got it.
No, he will. He definitely will. He has gaps that he needs to fill, but he has shown that he's fully capable of filling them. I don't see any reason why he couldn't continue to progress. And again, another guy that came out, and although he didn't win a pro show, he definitely sent the message this season. And again, to your point, Mike, that is enough. You want the win, of course. We want to see this guy win. We want to see him win when he came on the scene, when he was being coached, when he had his last coach. Who was it? Who was his last coach? He didn't coach anymore.
Kensin was his last coach.
Oh, it was the one Canada.
And it didn't work, right?
Right.
Everybody was talking about this guy in such high regard even then, and it didn't work out. So he made the progress. I think he did win back a lot of the fans, and that is a very successful season for a pro bodybuilder in this modern age of bodybuilding, right? He served his notice that he is coming, and I do think that he is going to win a pro show next year. Definitely, arguably, could have been given a win, especially against Sergey Danilov.
And you know what he did too? He went over to Europe and did shows, so he's got fans in Europe now.
Yeah.
We love the underdog, right? We always love the underdog. Second, third. We're rooting for him to win a show, right? So next year, whatever show he decides to do when those lists come out, Quentin's name will be the top of that list, who we think is going to could win the show. He was competitive in every show, man. Like
he should just compete in Canada. No one wants to go to Canada, and then that's it.
Well, you said,
Leo, we're fucking people in Canada, man. Okay,
they're awful. They're the worst
here.
Like I trained with a Canadian today, coolest guy with Cody Drobot.
Oh yeah, Cody. I didn't know he was Canadian.
Yeah.
I'm just stating facts. Like people don't want to go there. I'm not saying because it sucks.
Well,
Like people don't want to go there.
I love Windsor. I used to go to Windsor and all the time. I loved Windsor. Windsor's awesome.
But I heard the groceries are even more expensive than here in Canada.
What?
Cody came over. He was like, you can't believe how cheap the groceries are.
What?
Yeah.
So what was Toronto?
It's not cheap here, man.
Did Toronto only have like 8-9 guys, if I remember, in the Open?
Yeah.
I don't know if he would have beat Smash,
right?
Yeah, he should have done that, but he didn't have it on his plans, and I think he's going to do it next year. And in the interview, he was like 85-90% sure he was going to do Toronto Pro next year. It's like, why didn't you do Toronto, dude? You live in Toronto.
If he qualified for the Olympia, you think he would have placed top 10 though after all those shows?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, he needs. Like I think he needs a little more size. He's like where, to me, and Giles says this all the time. He's where Samson was a few years ago.
Yeah.
In terms of full potential, he's still not there. He's still got some growing to do, some maturing of the muscles, but he's definitely well on his way. And look at that. Some of these shots are just
beautiful. That thigh is beautiful.
Oh,
man.
Deadly.
His front double, his ab and thigh, his front lat. Those are just lights out shots.
And it is a very competitive open field now. Like these guys are very, very competitive with each other. Like we don't really have bad shows, right? There maybe have huge big names in some of the shows, but these shows are always usually 98% of the time very competitive.
So Like, I'm off topic. Kensin, where in Nova Scotia are you?
Well, I'm in Cape Breton, so it's about as far east as you can get until you have
I
to get on the ferry to head to Newfoundland.
Holy shit!
Are you like on the coast?
Yeah, yeah.
What time does it turn dark there right now?
It's a depressing time. Like 4:20 or 4:30. It's bad.
Oh,
Man.
shit.
It's bad.
That's
It's
the
bad.
same as right here in Boston. It's dark by 4:30.
Do
Is
you
it
have
really?
snow already or no?
We had like a dusting of snow.
Today-
How about you, Kensin?
Dude, today I woke up at 5 o'clock. It was rain. Then it turned to snow. Then it turned back to rain. Then it turned to snow again. Then it turned back to rain again in a 10-hour period.
I'll send you some white shoes. You got to ruin them in 2 seconds.
I mean,
Yeah,
Leo,
please do.
You must have had some cold winters over in. Were you in Germany or Germany?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Germany. Dude, in Austria, sometimes we have snow. Like, dude, we had snow sometimes. That's like nasty, like meters high, like feet high, 6 feet, 6 feet, like seriously, 6 feet, 6 feet snow. You on the side of the road, like it's higher than you. Nasty.
Yeah, we get that here.
Well, it was 72 and sunny today, so I don't want to like talk shit, but
Tampa, Florida. Okay. I mean,
Yeah, that's
Vegas
bullshit.
is Vegas is.
No, we had like, what did we have? Like 62 or so. Not
damn, it's cold.
All right, guys.
You guys are all in Fahrenheit. Yeah, okay.
I have to think of a good year-end topic to bring you guys
like
back.
15 degrees or so, 15 Celsius, something like that. 14.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, so we've been sitting at about 32. I'd say 32 Fahrenheit right now. The water is still sitting around probably 38 or 39 Fahrenheit, so it's not too bad yet.
Not too bad.
So he's still swimming in the ocean.
Well, that's what I do for a living. I own a commercial diving company, man.
Really? No shit.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
Oh, funny.
Dude, that's badass.
You dive all through the winter?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Goodness, that doesn't sound right.
They go and put holes in the ice, and then down they go.
The ocean.
Really?
I could send you some pictures, man. Yeah, every year we have to do it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
Put that on your channel.
Does the wetsuit keep you like warm? Like totally warm?
Wetsuit? No, Mike. We go with dry suits, man. We stay dry.
Oh, okay.
It's all dry suits. We
How's
do
it-
have wetsuits though. The only wetsuit I'll use in the winter is we have a hot water suit. So, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It is a wetsuit, but it'll just keep pumping hot water through you. So that's a pretty cool system. The Atlantic Ocean is literally my jacuzzi.
Dude, I'm Googling all this. I'm Googling all. I'm going down a rabbit hole of
dry suit? So what the dry suit? It's like lined with fleece? I don't understand.
Well, you can wear multiple layers as you need to, depending on what you're going to do. Because we're commercial divers. Say if we're going and running a jackhammer underwater in the middle of February, you might use a certain layer of dry suit underwear, as opposed to if you're going and doing an inspection, which may be a lot less physically intensive. You may not. You may wear more underwear because you know you're not going to be moving around a lot. So you need to know how to regulate your body temperature when it comes to this as well.
Bro, you have to put this on your channel. You have to put this in detail. I'm fascinated by this right now.
Yeah,
Holy
you guys
shit.
interview him on his
channel. Yeah, interview him, Ron.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
maybe you get some business off it. Who knows?
Yeah.
Man, honest, we're fucking busy as it. Maybe, yeah. People do seem to be interested in it. I've been doing it since I was my father started this company when I was 4, and I've owned it now for 11 years. We do jobs I have 8 hours away from me. I have to go to Yarmouth next week. Then the following week, just before Christmas, I'm in Newfoundland for a week doing dock inspections. I think I have an Arctic project lined up for the summer. I've got to make a call on that. I've been to the Arctic 5 times now to do diving projects up there. Yeah, dude, it's honestly it's a life of adventure, man. You know, it really is.
Cool.
Kensin, Yarmouth? You mean you have a Yarmouth up there? Because we have one in Massachusetts too.
No, I'm not going to the States. I'm not quite there yet. It's in Nova Scotia. I've never done any diving in the States, but all through the Atlantic provinces. I went to dive school in BC myself. We do some pretty crazy shit, man.
And how come you got interested in bodybuilding from diving? You're like, oh, these guys, when they put these suits on, they all look like crap.
Well, dude, I was always a weightlifter, right? Like I started lifting weights when I was 16 and I never looked back. But the thing is, when it comes to competitive bodybuilding for myself, diving has a physiological effect, and I've always been a career diver, so I've never really been interested in doing any of the drugs. Like atmospheric pressure and anabolic steroids don't mix is basically what it comes down to, right? But I trained in a bodybuilding gym when I first started training, and everybody there was competing at the time, right? It was like the early 2000s. So I really got into it, and I came to a point where I really didn't have an outlet for my love of professional bodybuilding anymore. You know, I built a gym at home and didn't really interact with people like that. So I just needed an outlet. So this is where I ended up. I saw guys making videos. I edit all my own diving videos. We record them, all the underwater video and audio. I do all the editing myself. And I was like, I could do this. You know, I already have the skills. It's just a matter of really taking the love I have for professional bodybuilding. That's how I ended up here.
Holy shit, that's badass, dude.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
All right, guys. Let's wrap it up. I want to wish Leo good luck at the Muscle Contest Austria.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, I can't believe they're still doing contests, but good
Dude,
Lord.
they showed some people that are coming. I'm like, okay, so this guy must be doing the amateurs because he must be an open bodybuilder. And I look on his page and he's like classic. I'm like, what? Guy looks like there's some guy that looks so huge. I'm like, this can't look. No.
Is their hair this big? Do they have big boofy hair when they do the hiding? Maybe.
I don't know.
It's a Sommerfeld reference. Mike Sommerfeld. Yeah. Thanks everybody for joining me, guys. If we forgot somebody who you think was a big surprise, leave it in the comments below because I always forget somebody. There might be somebody there, but I think we covered most of the big surprises of the 2025 season. Please like, subscribe, share. It doesn't cost you a darn thing. Helps me out. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. Leo Mayrhofer from the Overcome Cast. Let's put this, make sure we leave this up one more time. Check his channel out, Overcome Cast. He has amazing guests. He has a studio. Everyone sits in chairs. It's like not this Zoom crap that I'm using. Kensin does awesome videos. Again, he knows how to edit. I don't, as you see. I just have to pull up Instagram crap. And Big Mike Cox, who is educating the youngsters 1 week at a time with the greats of the past. Willie beat Jay Cutler for the overall at the 1996 NPC Nationals. And I believe he has passed. I don't believe he's with us anymore. I believe he's passed away. Yeah. Passed away. Yeah. Another one of our fallen brothers. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
And everybody, we will see you next time right here on the Meathead Podcast. Until then.